Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, depending on what time you're in. We're the Wikid Weekend podcast. My name is Michael. I'm one of the co-founders of Wikid Publishing, and today I'm joined by my my creators amongst us, and we have a great group with us. So without further ado, why don't we go clockwise and start with Ibai. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, hi there. I'm Ibai Canales. I'm the guy who writes and draws. And I'm currently working on like a dozen several projects, different projects. Sorry, and yeah, I'm happy to be here as every 15 days.
And then Scott, how about you?
I am Scott Kish. I'm the creator of Wrath. Chapter 2 is currently available on Indiegogo, so we need your support to help us keep that story going.
Heck yeah. And Natalie.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jupiter. I am the creator and writer of Starring, and we just released for the Tezuka Manga Contest, which is almost over in like a month. Like the contest.
Oh my god, that's wild. How's it been going?
It's been going really good. We get a lot of views. We need people to like rate. I think that's like one of the things.
Oh, really?
We need. Yeah, we need people to rate right now. I'm not sure if you rate though. I'm not sure how you rate it. I tried looking it up, but I don't know.
I think there's a way you can like. Oh well, I know that you can like it. I don't know about rating it necessarily, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
cool. I think you also need to have a sign in for the website to do it too.
Okay. Interesting.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. I would love to see your manga do really well there and get some of those rewards that they have on offer.
Thank you. I would love that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that'd be awesome. But well, thanks again, guys, for joining today. I appreciate it. It's gonna be an interesting show today. We've got Scott's campaign to talk about. I think if Alton's on later, we might talk about his. But yeah, so what's everyone been up to since the last time we talked?
I'm sorry. I'm still waking up.
No worries. Me too.
I think Natalie must be the least sleepy of all of us because you guys are like really early in the morning and I'm in my siesta time. So
yeah, it's like
really lethargic.
It's lunchtime over here, so I'm wide awake. I've been up.
I know. I'm always jealous of you guys on the East Coast.
I'm not.
How come?
I'm not.
Have you been to the East? It's hot and muggy. Like I don't think you understand the word muggy.
I just like the time. I don't want to wake up at 9 for the podcast. That's the only reason I want to go to the East Coast.
Oh, that's why you're jealous.
Yeah, you don't.
Isn't in America like? Isn't like the East Coast a gigantic marsh, like a swamp?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
West
it
Coast
is. I live in a swamp. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like where I'm at, I'm in Virginia, which I'm not originally from, but I do live here currently. And it is just so swampy.
Oh, now the suspense is killing me.
Well, it's funny is I've been to. Oh, sorry. Did you want to continue there?
All I was gonna say is it's just terrible. It's just we're in the wet season, and it starts at like the end of July up until like the end of September, and it's just awful. Don't move to the state. Nobody. Stay far away.
Do you at least have alligators? Because alligators are cool.
I think we have alligators here. They're a little bit more south. They're a little bit more south in like Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, places like that.
I went on a trip to Key West a couple years ago, and on a vacation, and my God, the mugginess, the heat, it isn't so intense. It'll just take your energy right away. At least for me, my weak California blood.
Well, the heat in the US, I guess it's in the entire world like that, but in the US it breeds like true monstrosities. I remember this time when I visited Miami and I saw that the biggest ugliest grasshopper I've ever seen. It was like the
Oh.
size of a hot dog,
Oh
bright orange. Like,
God.
holy shit.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I
a
tell
pansy,
everybody.
dude.
I tell everyone I meet, I'm like, just don't. Like, if you're ever thinking about moving to Virginia, don't. Just don't. And another thing is, on like the eastern coast is like it's such a different heat compared to like California and Arizona.
Definitely.
It's like California and Arizona heat are much more tolerable, just despite.
It's more dry heat, you know. It's not
Yeah,
that.
it's good for sinuses because a lot of people in the East Atlantic, we get like
Yeah.
really bad sinus problems from living over here because it's
Really?
always
Huh.
yeah, like it never knows what it wants to do and the seasons
Damn.
just change so drastically.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
intense, man.
that's not true right now. There's so many fires going right now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Right,
there's just
during now in particular, it's unfortunately
you guys
not.
are like, we just want some rain.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah.
going to be partially cloudy when fires are involved.
It looks like fog, but it's not fog.
It's too. Yeah, it's got an orange tint to it. Yeah, it's oh, it was so much lightning. It was crazy. Like I looked out my window and there's just lightning everywhere going on. It was so loud too with the thunder. It was nuts.
Oh, that was a week ago.
About a week ago.
But
Yeah,
isn't it true that when it rains in California, then it just doesn't stop?
not always. It depends, but sometimes, yeah.
I want to move to Arizona. That's where I want to live. Even though it's really, really hot, I just love the desert aesthetic.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. Like, my husband lived in Arizona for a really long time, but he lived super south in Arizona. And it was so hot.
Cody lives in New Mexico. I figured it's
Yeah.
probably somewhat similar to Arizona.
It is, I would assume, yeah. I like New Mexico, too.
I keep forgetting. I thought about this the other day. I forgot to ask Cody if they still have their stoplight sideways.
Really? Is that a thing there?
Yeah,
Or
like I went through there when I was like early teens, and yeah, that was one thing I remember is all the stoplights they're horizontal instead of vertical.
Oh, okay, that's funny. like a isn't that how they did in Well, no, I don't know. Do racetracks do that, or is that are they vertical as well? I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's interesting. I've never made my way out to New Mexico, unfortunately.
I've been in New Mexico. I was in New Mexico like a really long time ago. I want to say about 6 or 7 years ago. And we were actually driving. And I remember just seeing a sign that was like, if you need gas, you need to go now because there's not going to be a gas station for about another 200 miles.
Oh God.
I'm like, wow.
Isn't it like an actual risk to these days still in the US that you can get stranded in your own country and just starve or die of thirst?
Yeah.
I mean, if you go off like the main highways, yeah, that's definitely possible. But I mean, if you're traveling like the main roads, there's people that are going to see you and help you.
Because I remember this time in which I flew, I think it was from San Francisco to New York, and we flew over there. I think it's called the Great Divide, like this really nothingness, like really big nothingness. It's right in the middle of the country, and I thought, holy crap! I mean, if this plane was to crash down there, we will be screwed. I mean, no one's gonna find it down there. There's like miles and miles and miles of nothing.
Yeah, it's a pretty huge country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just lots and lots and lots of open space. Like you go to Wyoming, you go to like Nebraska, there's just miles and miles of nothing.
I was there. I was in Kansas and it was like that. The one state I did not like though was Texas. I didn't care for it.
Harsh. Sorry, Texas people.
Sorry.
Texas, but I would probably stay away from Austin.
It's too hot for me.
Depend. I mean, like Texas is big, so you get a lot. It's kind of like California, where there's a lot of different types of terrain.
That's a very good point.
So you just might have been a part that you didn't like.
My cousin was in northern Texas, which wasn't so bad. But I didn't care for like it was just so hot. Like I mean like I've been in Arizona where it was really hot and it just felt so much hotter in Texas. I don't know why to me. I'm not a big fan of the heat. Like I grew up.
I'm noticing that.
I grew up in Pennsylvania where we literally get blizzards, so it's like I just no. I like it cold.
See, wow, that's a really interesting question. Whether you like it more cold or more hot.
Definitely more cold.
What do you guys think?
Oh yes.
I like cold, but I don't like snow and ice. So.
Oh come on.
I can stand cold, but please no more rain, because I live in one of the one of the rainiest areas of my country. So if I never saw any rain again, I would die happy.
No, so hear me out. Hear me out. This is my logic on it. If when it's cold, you can always put more clothes on, but if it's hot, you can only take so much off before you have no more clothes to take off. So it's like
exactly.
Yeah. I have no problem with walking around shirtless.
True, this is true. Touche.
Well, I was gonna ask, does the rain in Spain fall mainly in the plain?
Nice. Really,
and
really
can you see all the girls through the hole in the wall? That's the other question I need to answer.
No,
wait, which one's that one from?
It's in rhyme. I can't. It's like, what is it? Something in France, and there's a hole in the wall, and you can see them all dance or something. I don't know.
No,
yeah, that's France.
The literal autistic reply to all that would be, I live in a really mountainous area, so no, the rain doesn't fall in the plain here, and I'm Basque, which means I rarely see any women.
He's got an answer for everything.
He does.
And it's always funny.
Oh my god.
Darkly comedic, I would say.
That's why people love you on Twitter.
That's what I want to believe that, and because I'm handsome.
I don't know, like I used to love just when I lived in Pennsylvania, and I miss it like every day of my life. But when we lived in PA, it was like if you got snow, you went to the store and you made sure you got stuff for a couple days because you were not leaving. Because if they told you snow was going to reach the top of your door, it most likely was going to happen. And that actually happened right before we left. We were snowed in for about 4 days. Yeah, It was awesome. It was awesome. I had to like build like a little. I had to build like a little like area for my dogs to use the bathroom because in my yard.
In the yard. I thought you meant in the house.
No. I had to build like this little area, like this little patch, because I have really small dogs. Like my dogs are half Chihuahua, so it's like I had to like if they tried to get off the porch and they were just buried. They were.
Oh no.
they like fell through the snow. It was so cute.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it was great. I miss it. I miss snow. I miss it. It doesn't.
Yeah, I've been the
snow
snow in probably a decade. It hasn't snowed here really either, except for on Mount Diablo sometimes.
Yeah, but at least in California, it's not wet. Like it's just in Virginia, it's just.
Come to California, hey.
Yeah,
I always say the weather here is amazing. I live in the Bay Area, and the weather here is almost always great. Not to brag or anything.
And weed's legal.
I remember when I visited San Francisco, and I think that was in July. I was like, "Wow, this is just like home." It's July and it's cold and rainy.
That's funny. So that's really interesting. So kind of similar weather to that then in Spain, where you live.
Bilbao is actually, it's up north. It's a few hours away from the British Islands, actually, by a ferry trip. So yeah, our weather is pretty much British.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Always kind of chilly then, really.
Yeah.
I really, really would love to like to go visit like Germany.
Yes, cool. Germany would be cool. Germany would be a really interesting one. I feel like England would be pretty fun. Europe, I'm sure a lot of places in Europe would be awesome too. So many amazing places to travel to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say maybe once the apocalypse ends, because basically now all of Europe is basically like New York. Everything is locked down. There's nothing to do anywhere.
Right, that's the other thing. I mean, there's no point in traveling right now if everything's locked down.
I always love Neostar's entrances to the podcast.
So amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The surge of power that jumpstarts justice. Riserman stands before
it's so
you.
Motivating.
And he comes up with amazing ones too. He always has something different too. It's not like always the same one.
Ireland would be really cool. I would love to visit Ireland.
Go see Skyfall. Oh no, it's Scotland. Sorry, I always get Scotland and Ireland confused. I don't know why.
They both hate England, so you know.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like they're very similar. Like there's Scottish people in Ireland. I don't know why. I just feel like they're very similar.
Well, you just have to think that one of them, one of the people wears skirts and the other one doesn't.
I think a lot of people do that with like the Netherlands and Germany too. They're like, oh, aren't these like basically the same? I'm like, I'm like the Dutch language is a lot different than German. I really feel like the Dutch language is a little easier than German, but that's just me.
I don't think for me any language is easy. I did 4 years of Spanish and I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, Canals.
No, it's okay, and I know the feeling. I basically forgot everything that I learned in high school anyway. So.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think I'm like Johnny Mnemonic, and I think I need space in my head to stash a lot of useless information. So I just forget stuff, and I already forgot my childhood and my teenage years, and I've already begun to forget my college years.
Well, it's funny because I don't know about that. I'm not quite as extreme as you, but I'm kind of the same way with my childhood. Like, there's this point where I'm just like I was alive. I woke up and I was alive one day.
Yeah.
And everything before that's just darkness. It's like, oh.
I think my earliest memory was of my grandmother picking me up out of my crib. And I think I might have been a little bit younger than my son now. Because my son's 3. And that's my earliest. Yeah. That's like the earliest memory that I could like recall. And then
I feel like my earliest memory is probably like 5. At least I was 5, maybe.
I love your description. Like you're like, one day I just woke up and I was alive.
Right.
I don't know. My memory is pretty long to the point where it freaks people out sometimes.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah, like at my high school reunion, like this. I was just catching up with people, and some friends were like, "Oh, do you remember this person?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we used to hang out at summer school before senior year, and we did all this stuff." And she's like, "I don't remember you at all."
I have that problem with people that I teach too, like my gym, kickboxing gym, and all that. Like I would run into some guy who I trained like maybe 10 years ago, and he still remembers me.
Oh my god!
But I don't. Yeah, and I don't remember him, and he's like, hey, bye, how's it going? And I'm like, hey, you?
Hey, man.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm so glad to see you again. Holy shit, who's this guy again?
I think a lot of my childhood though is like in bits and pieces. Like I wouldn't say I remember it vividly. I just have like certain parts of it that I remember, and as early back as I can recall is I just remember like my grandmother picking me up out of my crib when I was like I said, younger than my son. So that was a long, long time ago now.
I guess I do have one memory. The only one I can remember was when I was I was not even that young though. I was probably like, yeah, no, I get it. Take it back. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe in like that past life stuff?
Do we believe in it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like do you believe in that? Like do you ever have memories that never happened to you?
Oh shit, no.
That's pretty cool. I like watching that stuff on YouTube.
Oh,
no.
I was gonna say I thought if you were saying for personal experience there.
No. I just find it fascinating.
Yeah, it definitely is interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever you believe, that's fine. But like, just the idea of it is interesting.
I find all beliefs interesting, so I like to hear about new stuff that I could like binge watch on YouTube.
That's kind of why I love Hellblazer. because they dive into so many different religions and different cultures and stuff. And it's like, oh man, I'm having fun, but I'm also learning about stuff, and so it's kind of cool.
What I like about Hellblazer is that John Constantine knows pretty much every deity on Earth, and he respects none. He has no respect for anyone.
Yeah, he has all the knowledge, but none of the reverence.
Yep.
Oh man, you gotta love that guy.
It's like, oh look, that's
Maybe it's
all
because maybe it's because he knows so much about him. It's like, yeah, I would respect you, but you did this, this, and this, and this. So
yeah, he knows that they're all assholes deep down. None of them are really altruistic, after all. At least in the world of Hellblazer. Yeah, even the angels are really messed up in that series.
Yeah, I think that the real horror of Hellblazer is that everyone's an asshole. That the universe is basically flawed because it was created by an asshole god.
Right, and if the whole world's an asshole, why not be one yourself? I guess, right?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the creator of Constantine and Hellblazer is an asshole.
Oh yeah, it's Alan Moore.
Probably both in universe and outside the universe. After all, we know about professional comic book creators.
Well, the comic was created by Alan Moore and then kind of championed by people like Garth Ennis and Jamie Delano and some of the best snarkiest assholes you'll ever meet.
Yeah, Alan Moore is definitely an asshole. I mean, he's pretty good at his work, but I think he's definitely a big asshole.
Yeah, dude. But hey, they're also made some of the best comics ever, so you can't knock them for that.
I think the mangaka of Gundam is kind of a hole too.
Really? Oh, I never knew that.
Like I remember like reading in a magazine once when Hajime Isayama released Attack on Titan, and the author of Gundam was like, he should have just made this a novel. Like this doesn't make sense as a manga. And I think a lot of people were. Huh?
I kind of see. I haven't read the second season, but I've heard that it is just a lot of politics. So I can kind of see his point.
Not Titan, Gundam, right?
No, on Attack on Titan. I haven't read the all the manga, but I heard that it gets like very political and like not a lot of action happens for a long time. So I remember that happened
with Patlabor. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it in English. Like this manga, which was also about giant police robots.
I've heard of Pat Labor. Yeah, Matt loves Pat Labor, dude. He goes on for days.
It's pretty good, but you rented the VHS because it had this really cool giant robot in the cover, and then you began to watch it, and it was like all really really heavy politics and almost no action. I was like, whoa. Yeah, I guess you have to be Japanese to enjoy this.
Yeah, I think it definitely goes to that hard kind of military sci-fi genre, which definitely is very heavy on politics a lot of times. But yeah, I know Matt
I think just like with the author of Gundam, I think like a lot of people in Japan were just shocked that someone had that kind of like something to say because they're so polite.
Yeah, I did see like a clip on him, I think on Twitter the other day when he was talking about, because he's like an older guy now, and he was like talking about like all these like young and upcomers are out doing him, and he's like, shit. What do I do
now? Yeah, so you guys reading anything lately? You guys picking up any books, anything like that?
Not lately.
You have an excuse, Scott. You're too busy.
I was lucky enough. No, please go ahead. Please, ladies first.
I was just going to tell Mike that I started watching the Berserk movie last night.
Oh, nice. The first one?
Yeah, despite the animation, I'm like, I'm just going to give it a chance.
Yeah, it's a good one. If you like the story, then maybe you'll go into the manga after that.
I do love the story. Like, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I wish the anime was better.
I love Griffith.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a good character. I love the relationship between Griffith and Guts as well.
Me too. Me too.
The dynamic between them is probably one of my favorite things about them. So yeah, definitely continue watching the movies. You're gonna love them. In fact, just watch all 3 of them, and then
That's
I bet
what I
after
was
the
gonna
3rd
do.
one, you'll be like, I have to read the manga now. Honestly,
Kara, I give Willow a chance.
now, you were gonna say, Eva, were you gonna say what you were watching as well?
I was going to say that I was lucky enough to find the first volume of The Exterminators, which was a DC Vertigo title from I think 2008, something like that. And I really liked it. I'm trying to find the rest of the issues now, through the internet, the Spanish version. And it's not being easy, but I really enjoyed it, and it reminded me why I used to like comic books when I was a young innocent lad.
So it's called Expendables?
No, The Exterminators.
Oh, Exterminators. I apologize.
Yeah, but Simon Oliver writes, and what's his name from The Walking Dead does the art.
Tony Moore.
Tony Moore, yeah, that's the one. And yeah, I really liked it. It's like a really crazy story about conspiracies and mutant cockroaches.
Oh God, that sounds awful, dude. I hate cockroaches. Yeah, that'd probably.
Oh yeah, no. If you hate cockroaches, don't buy that comic, because it's
God,
like one of those scenes, like the one in Creepshow. You know what I mean?
Oh God, really?
Yeah, it's got that in it. So yeah, maybe don't.
Yeah, that's intense. Although that might make it even more scary. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to get it anyway. Face my fears here.
I mean, it has a panel of a cockroach roaring like a lion, which I thought was like grotesque and funny at the same time.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's wild, man. Oof. Yeah, I haven't been doing much reading myself lately. I'll be honest. Not reading.
Yeah,
anything.
no, I mean, I just don't have the time. When you have
dude,
to
really.
draw like 3 comics at the same time, reading comics becomes a luxury.
Yeah, too busy making comics to read comics.
Yeah.
Huh? Ain't that the truth?
Speaking of comics, so we sold out of the first issue of Decimators.
Yeah, dude, isn't that awesome? First printing. That's our 3rd comic that we've sold out first printings for. So congratulations, Ibai. That's amazing.
Well, thank you. Congratulations to you too, because you're the ones actually publishing the comics and pushing them and all that. So it's actually thanks to you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We just sold the last one online the other day and shipped it out, and so the first one we did was Project R. That was me and Matt's comic that was sold out. Then Jack Irons #1 sold out, and then actually I guess 1 and 2 sold out, and now Ibai's comic sold out as well. And I think that was it's pretty good accomplishment. So yeah, we'll be coming back for a second printing soon, and but yeah, it's pretty awesome. And Volume 5 is coming out soon, so there's a lot of good stuff for Decimators on the way. Plus, all the figure.
Oh yeah. What about that? How's it coming?
Good, man. He's working on the design. He just showed me a preliminary. I don't think I've shown it to you. I'll send it to you the picture, but he showed me a work in progress of the early design model of what he's looking like. So he's got kind of the base layer of his face right now, and fleshing out the details on it, doing his Model 316 thing.
Cool, man.
Yeah, no, he's awesome, dude.
I always say that when people begin to build figures of their characters and turn them into video games and stuff, that's when you've made it as a comic book creator.
Yeah, dude. Right? When you can actually buy a physical manifestation of it.
That means they become like a meme in the cultural zeitgeist. I always wanted to use that word, zeitgeist.
Now, do you guys want to see it? Should we check out the work in progress here?
Yeah,
let's see.
I might sharing it. This will be the first time anyone else but me and Matt have seen it. And I'll be curious to get your impression of it as the creator. Cool. And there he is. What do you think, man?
Yeah, that totally looks like him. That's great. Man, I'm so stoked. If you could see me, I'm jumping on my chair.
Dude, it's looking good, man. Like I said, it's the base layer, so he's still got a lot of progress to make on it, but progress is being made.
That's awesome.
That's good. Yeah. Now we are going to be doing the feature that used to we had a feature that we had an idea for, and eBay had a great suggestion on how to make it work, and so we're going to be utilizing that. So the character's head will have a magnet on each on the bottom, and you'll be able to swap out the heads, so you can have one without a helmet and one with a helmet, and also avoid that dreaded bubble helmet. I think that's what you called it, right, eBay?
Yeah, when you have to, that happens to the Predator figurines when you have to attach the helmet to the helmetless head, and it looks like grotesquely big headed. I always hated that effect.
Yeah, instead of just putting on a helmet that you can take on and off, we're gonna actually have the swappable head, so it'll be a little bit more visually appealing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the kind of thing me and Matt have been talking about. Is something we want to do is kind of do a feature that makes each piece unique. For Jack Irons, he had a really nice flowing cape that was coming off of his back. For this one, we want to have the swappable head, and so on and so forth. Something that little feature that kind of makes it unique. And who knows? Maybe there'll be a Nico and Lilith figure down the line, and a Rage Puppy figure.
Oh man, yes.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, dude. I that's our goal. We would love to have everybody get at least one figure, and then once everyone gets one, we go back for Series 2, where we can start doing the secondary characters as well. Because we love working with Model 316. He does awesome stuff.
I think a Willow figure would be cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe we could do like a collab and have Willow riding the Rage Puppy or something.
That'd be wild. Yeah, limited edition crossover figures. Dude, that's a wild idea, isn't it?
It is.
You could get the Sporkman Movie Man duo figure. That'd be a good one for the upcoming, crossover comic.
That would be an interesting one. You can sell it as a pack,
Yeah.
There you go. Like the bundle.
Yeah. Do it as a bundle idea. But so those are really cool. So we got some really exciting news coming. I can't talk about yet, but we have a deal we're working out that Model 316 is brokering that will help streamline things, bring down the costs on our figures, so everyone will be able to get them at a cheaper cost to them, as well as just make it all a lot more viable. So we're really excited to share that once we have a little more news to share. But yeah. So speaking of comics, though. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Never mind.
I was gonna say, speaking of comics, though, Scott also has a comic crowdfunding right now. Wrath.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the first week. We're at 12% of our 2,500 goal. A lot of great perks, a lot of cool rewards. You can get standard copy, variant copy. We've got some custom artwork that you can get on there as a print or a sticker. It's even on a T-shirt if you're into T-shirts. And then we just added a new tier where we have a custom piece of artwork that the page artist Emilio Utrea did that he's got colored, and it can be shipped directly to you.
Yeah, is that up there yet?
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, nice, dude. That's awesome, man. That wasn't up the last time we talked on a stream, I don't think.
No, it wasn't up yet. I was kind of playing around with the idea. It's got a heavy price tag, but the shipping from Argentina is included in that, which is a big cost. So
yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, we put it up there if someone's interested.
Nice, man.
But yeah, just something new, one of a kind. There's only one of them up for sale, so.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, and it's always cool to get original art like that. That's awesome.
I told Scott that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I always do that. I don't mean to. But
That's tough with streams, I guess.
I told Scott that one of the artworks for the Indiegogo kind of looks like a tarot card.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Because it does. And I thought that was
it's
cool.
almost like a Japanese tarot card.
Yeah, it definitely is
awesome.
Eastern influenced, and I kept that same effect with the sticker. So it's 3 inches by 4 inches. So it'll have that card type look to it.
Yeah, and if people didn't get to catch our stream, me and Scott did a stream here the other day, talking all about the book.
Ooh,
so definitely,
I missed it.
You want to go check it out on our videos.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I totally missed it.
Yeah.
I did another one last night with
exactly.
Sport,
Yeah.
And then I have another one this afternoon with Critical Blast.
Dang, dude, getting busy. Very nice. That's awesome, dude.
Maybe I'll have time for a nap in the middle of the day.
Seriously, oh my god, dude.
Hey guys, I gotta drop out. I got stuff to do. I'm sure you know that Mary Canales is having some health problems, and she needs his personal bodyguard / nurse. So
well, I hope you have a nice day, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's fine. She just likes to complain a lot.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, take care, man. Have a great one, and I appreciate you jumping in on this.
Yeah, no, thanks. Always a pleasure. I promise I'll stay a bit longer next time.
No worries, man. It's all good.
All right, take care, guys.
Take it easy.
Okay. And then there were 3, the classic joke he always makes. So, you guys gonna see Tenet once it comes out?
For what?
Oh, that's the Christopher Nolan movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
I've heard of this. You know Christopher Nolan, though, right?
No. Oops.
Jupiter, get out. No, just kidding.
So he's done Memento, The Prestige, the newest Batman trilogy, Inception, Interstellar. None of those?
None, not ringing any bells.
No.
Oh my god, how can you not know who he is?
I know, I'm so uncultured. I'm sorry.
It's because you're too into anime.
So do you have do you have, what is it, Amazon Prime?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so this weekend you need to go on and watch Memento.
Memento is a really good movie. I think you would like it.
My husband probably has seen it.
I'm sure. Oh, I have no doubt your husband knows who he is. No doubt in my mind.
He probably does.
Yeah, I would be.
He's more
of
the movie guy than me. He's more of the movie guy than me.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
I'm
fair.
like, hey, let's watch this anime. There's other entertainment besides anime.
So the premise for Memento, and it's a little bit different than any movie you've ever seen, is that it's about a guy played by Guy Pearce who cannot make short-term memories because his wife was killed in a home invasion, and he suffered this traumatic brain injury where he can remember everything up to the accident, but his memory keeps resetting like every couple of minutes since the accident. So he has these weird systems to try and remember things, like tattooing, he has a Polaroid that he takes pictures of and writes notes on, so he remembers who people are.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's trying to find his killer. What's really interesting about it is it's edited so that you see the end of the movie first. So it's in segments. So you'll see the last 5 minutes, and then you'll see the previous 5 minutes. And the way that they do it is that you're going into every scene just like the main character, not knowing what previously happened.
It is one of the trippiest, one of the most satisfying, best movies. Like by the end of it, you're gonna like, oh my god.
You're gonna want to watch it again.
Is it like Dementia? Like?
No, well, I don't know. I've never seen Dementia. You mean like is there a movie Dementia?
No, like the genre. Like some people call it dementia, where it like messes with your mind so bad.
It's like psychological. Yeah.
It is kind of psychological, but it doesn't. It has its purpose. It doesn't.
Oh, that's why it's so perfect. Because everything is so perfectly constructed.
Yeah, but it doesn't like go out of its way to like mess with you.
No,
Nice.
everything is done for a very specific reason, and yeah, I definitely. It's probably one of his best movies. Yeah, the movie's amazing. I saw that in college during a course I did, a philosophy and film course, and that
That's
was one of the
awesome.
movies we watched. Yeah, that was a fun course.
Oh yeah, he did
I'll have
it.
to watch it.
He
I'll
didn't
watch
write Insomniac, but he directed that one too, with Robin Williams as the bad guy.
Wait, what?
Robin Williams played a bad guy. What?
Wait,
Yeah.
is this before? Is this before?
You've never seen Insomniac?
I've never even heard of it.
I think it's Al Pacino is a detective, and he's tracking this killer up in
Wow.
Alaska during the summer. So there's like little to no darkness, so he's having
Oh.
trouble sleeping. And then there's this.
Whoa.
He's got some issues back at the force at home where he may have planted evidence, and someone found out. And then
Now I gotta watch it, yeah.
person ends up getting shot by the main character, which may or may not have been an accident.
I
Yeah.
can't believe there's a Christopher Nolan movie I haven't seen.
Well, that's the thing, is it's based on a book, and it's not really like his best work, because usually his best work is when he writes and directs, and this is him directing somebody else's work.
Interesting.
Nice.
I'll have to check that out too. Yeah, Christopher Nolan's one of my favorite directors. I absolutely love everything that he makes. I don't think there's ever been a bad movie that I have not enjoyed from him.
I really like The Prestige.
I love The Prestige, dude. The Prestige is so good. God dang, that the ending is amazing, dude.
Yeah, you're just like, what the
yeah, dude, so satisfying. You're like, you never saw it coming, but it's like, it makes so perfect sense. You're like, my God. yeah. He's a grade A director. I honestly love Inception is one of my favorites too.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it.
There you go. You've seen one of his movies, Inception. I threw that one out there. Maybe she didn't hear it because I threw out a bunch of them.
I love that movie. That is just a total mind,
Yes. Oh my God. I love the way that they handle the dream sequences and the levels, and just the fact there's like a fun action heist movie at the same time.
Yeah. Just the dramatic like layers. It was just brilliant.
Yeah, dude.
One of the other things I really like that he does is he will do practical effects as much as possible.
True.
He does not rely on CGI unless he absolutely cannot make it work practically. Like that spinning room, that was like a real thing that they built.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
When they're like flipping around, getting tossed all over. So wild.
That's insane.
Yeah, great.
And some of the stuff they did in Interstellar was insane too.
Really? Damn, dude.
Like that room where he's like floating, and they're like
the weird room,
the windows and stuff. Yeah, they built that, and they like I've seen shots of they have what's his name, Matthew McConaughey just like floating up there in this set, like suspended like 50 feet off the ground. But yeah.
Well, Neostar says he still hasn't seen Inception.
It's a fun movie.
Go Incept yourself.
Movie.
Watch it. I'm gonna incept you and make you think it's your idea to go watch it right now.
You're gonna make.
You're like, oh my God.
Think, I don't need to watch.
Right? Oh no! What if I screw it up? But yeah, so Tenet is his new movie coming out, and it's gonna be really interesting. I'm very, very excited. And if you're a music fan, if you know who Travis Scott is, he does music for the film. And actually, Christopher Nolan recently came out and said that there was a piece of the movie, a piece of the puzzle that had been missing. And after sitting down and speaking with Travis Scott, it unlocked the piece that he needed. And he actually called Travis Scott crucial to the story and production of the movie. I was like, damn, dude, that's really interesting. Like how he's integrating musical elements now into this movie.
Nice. Well, he always has kind of like, like that, that blurring tone from Inception, he thinks on layers. So that doesn't surprise
interesting. Me. Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Hey, Casper.
Yo, what's up?
Hello.
We're just talking about some Christopher Nolan.
So I will definitely see Tenet. Just I'm not a big movie theater guy, especially now. So
I don't think many people are big movie theater people now.
I will see it eventually. Definitely.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. Will you watch it on demand? Because Mulan and Bill and Ted are both coming out on demand pretty soon. Are you making that
might
jump?
have to. I don't know. I'll look at the price points because sometimes it's like super expensive when it first comes out, and I'm a patient guy when it comes to movies, so I'll just like wait till it comes down.
For the pre-order for Bill and Ted is out for $24 to own it right now, which is actually not too bad.
To own it, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's just basically almost the price of a DVD.
Right?
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty decent. But what I'm worried about is things like Mulan, where they're like, okay, we're going to charge you a subscription, and then you have to pay $30 extra
to watch it once.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Just wait for it to come out.
Yeah, especially since like I can just watch the whole story in an animated version. That's basically part of my subscription.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of the live action Disney movies. The only one that has piqued my interest just a little bit was Sword in the Stone.
Interesting. I had not heard about that one.
That one would actually be kind of cool. The one that I really want to see, and they're never going to do it, is Black Cauldron.
The hell is Black Cauldron?
You've never seen Black Cauldron?
Mm.
It's like this dark fantasy that they did back in the 80s.
Oh, I heard someone talking about it once. So like back when Disney was doing dark or something like that.
Yeah, and Gurgi's a little much, but it's a very interesting story. It's got witches. It's probably got the most like badass, scary
imagery
villain called the Horn King. And it's basically a young boy, a young girl, a pig, and a magic sword.
It looks fun. I actually think this looks like it would be a great like live action adaptation.
Yeah, and it's something that I think they might still have the rights to. Know why there's never been a live action, but there's an actual book series around it that was pretty good.
I wonder if it's just because it's not as well known, maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah. Huh. Very interesting. Yeah, the villain looks pretty cool. He's got skeleton minions.
Oh yeah, there's tons of undead in that movie.
Yeah, that's definitely unusual for a Disney movie. Zombies. Casper in the chat says, haven't seen Black Cauldron either. Not even sure it aired here. Is that do you know anything about that, Scott?
Which one?
He said he's not sure Black Cauldron even aired in America, or I don't know where Casper lives. He's in
the Netherlands. It was back in the 80s, so I don't know. I'm not even sure if it's on Disney Plus. It might be. But yeah, Neostar said there's a whole Chronicles thing. I remember reading I think it was 2 or 3 of the books, and they're actually really good. And it's a shame that no one's actually like adapted it other than that one.
Yeah, that's odd, huh?
Definitely.
Maybe Amazon will make it into a live action TV series now that they've seemed obsessed with making fantasy shows. Have you guys heard about this? So obviously you know they're making Lord of the Rings, right? You've probably heard that, Scott. But Amazon's making
Amazon?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Oh my god.
We're still
they're spending millions of dollars on it too.
Do The Hobbit. The Hobbit was not done well.
Here's the thing. They're actually not. The interesting thing is they're doing Lord of the Rings, but they're not doing the movies. They're not treading that ground anymore. What they're doing is the Rise of Sauron.
Okay.
So at least they're treading that.
Sorry, Casper. I knew that someone mentioned Netherlands earlier. Denmark.
Denmark. I see.
We should know that. We sent him something.
I thought he was just yelling Denmark. I was like, my God, is he mad at Denmark? What did they do? That makes sense. That's fair. But yeah, they're also making. Sorry, I was just gonna say they're also making a Wheel of Time TV series, which is also a fantasy book series. So they're making 2 very expensive, very epic, large fantasy series at the same time.
I just recently discovered that The Matrix had an anime version.
Oh, you didn't know the Animatrix?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, damn, the Animatrix is the classic.
Yes, I got some cool stuff in it.
Yeah,
It's
so behind.
It's not part of the main trilogy, but it's got some cool little short stories that tie into that universe, and they're all animated.
I believe it takes place between the first and second movie, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe some of them at least. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it just depends. It just depends on the story. Yeah, there's some that are like before, between.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's some origin stories in there, don't they?
Mm-hmm. I think so. And I think there's even one about basically how the war started. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think I have it somewhere.
I'm gonna watch all the Matrix plus Animatrix next year to get ready for the new one coming out.
I don't know. Morpheus isn't in it though.
Yeah, he is. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Lawrence Fishburne. He just like announced that he was not excited.
I'm sorry, I'm so dumb. You said Morpheus, and I was thinking Neo for some reason.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Morpheus.
Oh really? Oh, that's too bad. Really, that's odd. It's an odd choice because Lawrence Fishburne still acts, so it's not like he couldn't be in it.
And he, other people pointed out that he was one of the actual survivors from the first trilogy. Maybe he'll just get a statue cameo or something.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. Who knows? That's too bad. Maybe he'll change his mind and he'll be in there for like a little cameo for Rocky.
Maybe.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. I can always hope.
But then again, they've replaced characters like the guy from the first one. What was his name? Tank.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They replaced the actor?
Yeah. Well, I think they replaced the whole character.
Mm.
And I think there was an issue with the actor, from what I heard. And so, like, you had Tank's cousin in like the next.
Yeah. So we're at Morpheus's cousin.
Yeah. Morpheus' nephew.
Yeah. There you go. That was funny. Or you could actually, honestly, you could, if you did like in the far future, you could do like it's his son or his grandson or something.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I could see that working. Maybe like somehow more Neo comes back in the future somehow. Like, yeah. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I love me some John Wick, so I'm excited to see after the John Wick era, what is Matrix going to look like now?
This is true. What tricks do they have up their sleeve?
Right.
I know, right?
And I actually really like the Matrix. Like people always give them the trilogy, the other two in the trilogy, a lot of harshness, but I enjoy them for what they are.
I never really. I mean, The Matrix. I was so young when it came out, so I just am like, I remember like my mom.
Same age as me, though.
Huh?
Aren't you the same age as me?
I am.
Yeah, I guess I just.
Aren't our birthdays the same day?
Yeah, we found out our birthdays are on the exact same day.
Yeah.
Which is in the same year. So I was born like 6 hours after you, which is so bizarre.
I was born at 12,
Sorry,
10
I was having
a.m.
connection issues.
Oh, did you hear what we were saying, Scott? By any chance?
Hello.
Are you there? Scott, I think we lost him.
Sorry, I didn't. I had some. Sorry, there was connection issues and people wouldn't robot, and I heard someone born on the same day, and now I'm lost.
No worries. Like me and Natalie found out, or me and Jupiter found out a couple weeks ago that we are born on the same day.
Oh, cool! Birthday buddies.
Yeah, same day, same year, and so I was literally born like 6 hours after she was.
Okay, so that means she's older than you.
Yes, I am.
Darn it! Ah, man.
By 6 hours.
Oh, that's funny.
It is.
Oh,
March 16th is a good day.
Yes, it is. It is. Oh man, but yeah,
it's
that is
weird because like I never ever find anyone who's born the same day as me.
Yeah,
it's like rare.
First time I've ever had that happen. I was very shocked, and especially because it's not just the same day, it's the same year. That's so bizarre.
92 was a good year.
Yes, 90s babies.
Indeed.
Oh man, yeah, I love the 90s. I'll be honest, I really enjoyed growing up in the 90s.
Yeah, it was good. Like we had the best stuff.
Yeah, dude, right? Best cartoon.
I don't know, you guys missed out on the 80s.
I'm good with that big hair and all that.
Well, see, that's the thing is that you grew up in it. You didn't do any of that stuff. You just got to like comment and point out, like, look at that person's rooster hair. You know, like,
I won't do that when I get older.
Well, although
See-
our parents had like the feathered '90s hair, which was meh.
I don't think I ever had feathered hair. But yeah, I was a teenager in the '90s, so that was a good time. You had grunge
Yeah, it
music.
was. Grunge was the best. I was about to say that, Nirvana.
Yeah, I missed that literally the entire scene. Cause yeah.
I'm still
Everyone was
okay.
wearing-
I still think the early 2000s was better.
I do enjoy my early 2000s.
Me too. I just remember being so stoked when the original Pokemon games came out.
Yeah.
Oh man, what was that? That was like '97.
Yep, I loved it. I was like really like
I was a
really
child
little
back
kid.
then, and I loved it too. I was like,
we were only 5.
See, that was back when it was like, hey, check out this game that caused a bunch of seizures in Japan. All right.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Oh my god!
remember the episode of that show caused people seizures too.
Well, no, the game didn't actually. It was that one episode. But anyone who was into anime at the time knew about it.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, it kind of brought some attention to like, what is this pocket monsters?
These Poke monsters.
So they launched the show, I think, for a few weeks, and then I'm like, this would be a cool game. So when it came out, I went and got it, like the day it came out from KB Toys, which does not exist anymore.
Oh yeah, do you remember KB Toys?
There's some 90s references.
I feel
Oh my god, dude. That is too funny.
I just remember being so stoked and just I remember listening to oh my gosh, what's that town called? Lavender Town's music, and being so creeped out as a kid. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I remember like not being able to play my Game Boy in the dark.
Did any of you guys like name your Pokemon or your characters after like stupid stuff, like just so you could laugh at when they said it in the game?
No, I
used to do that.
Pikachu used Thunder Shock. It doesn't affect Onyx.
Yeah, it does not affect Onyx.
Oh, you guys are gonna make me want to play Pokemon, and I have to write today.
Do you have the Sword and Shield, the new one or whatever?
I don't care for it.
No?
It was
wow. Too new, not like classic enough. Is that why, or?
I like the story elements were meh. Like I remember Pokemon games having really good storylines, and like this. I know it's not about that, and everyone's like, "Well, it's not about that." Well, to me, it is. That's what I'm paying. That's what I'm paying attention to.
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't
like
finished.
Which one?
I think I have Sword, and I haven't finished it.
Okay.
I like the wild area though. That was fun.
I think the last one I played was probably Red. No, not Red. Ruby, was it? Ruby, I think it's called.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I think Ruby was the very last one I played.
Black and White before this one, and that was
Oh, Black and White was really good. Black and White 2 was even better.
I do play Let's Go Eevee with my daughter.
Yeah, I wanted to get that for my son. Let's Go. But it's still like super expensive, so I'm just waiting a bit.
Yeah, are you guys looking forward to any video games coming out? Anything like that?
I don't really play any video games.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's fair.
My husband does, though.
I'm looking forward to the Cyberpunk game. I can't stop talking about that game enough.
Trying to think if there's something. I don't know.
There's also Watch Dogs coming out, and I think one other really big game.
My favorite Pokemon game of all time, though, was Soul Silver.
Soul Silver?
Soul Silver. Oh my gosh, it is the best.
Is that Silver and Gold edition?
It's a remake of Johto. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, and it is just amazing.
Oh, wow.
Neostar, I'm gonna have to disagree there. The Hoenn region is not the best.
I agree. Ruby was my favorite, but
no, Johto forever. Johto
Are we about to have a Pokemon battle?
We are, dude. Oh my
Johto
god.
forever.
Wow.
Johto. I love Johto. It's my favorite.
Mm.
I think it's
Then
because
the
that's
island.
like. I think it's just because that's like the first game I ever beat was Crystal. So yeah, and that was like the first game you could ever play as like a girl.
Ah.
And I loved Crystal a lot.
Yeah. I think the first one I played was probably the Pikachu one.
I really love the manga that they base off the games too. That's really cool. I like those.
Manga before. I definitely watched a lot of the anime though, back in the day.
I used to love Pokemon Masters. I used to read that quite a bit.
Mm.
And they have some like short anime for them too, I think.
Did you guys hear that that Pikachu talked a year or two ago? And it broke the internet.
And then like Ash finally like won a championship or something.
Yeah, that too. That was but in one of the movies, Pikachu goes like he's like really hurt and he goes, "I love you," or something like that, and people are like, "What?"
I bet you there was a whole bunch of people who was like, no, you say Pika Pika, damn it.
Oh, so funny. Oh, jeez. Well, guess we're almost at the end of the hour here. Are we doing another segment?
I actually have to get going, but it's been fun.
You dipping out as well?
Ditto. Is there anyone else coming in, or?
Matt said he wants to come in, but I don't know. Let me see if he wants to jump in here. Do we want to do a 2-man show? I'm gonna let him know. But in the meantime, so what do you guys got going on for the rest of the day?
I'm gonna be writing a bit today. I'm excited for that. I've been kind of eagerly wanting to write.
I might do some writing too. Actually, I just come up with a new comic idea last night.
Ooh, that's always fun.
Yeah, dude. I'm very excited about it. I have a working title, but I think it could use some work because it's kind of generic at this point.
Save the title for the last thing. That's what I usually do. That's what I do. Like I'm like I don't know what's in it. It took me because with my newer, I just really announced that I released a newer comic as well, and it took me forever to come up with a name. Like I think I had the plot in mind for about a month before I even thought of a name. Isn't that insane? It was actually a suggestion. Like I didn't even come up with it on my own. I actually got a suggestion from someone. So,
what's the title again?
It's Sweatin'. Or Sweven.
Sweven.
Or Sweven, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I don't think either is incorrect. Basically, it's an old. I'm pretty sure it's an old Latin term for dreams.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
But I had a question. Was this what you were messaging me about last night, Michael?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
I messaged Scott about asking if Drew might be interested in, or might be available for some
nice
for it.
Well, best of luck for it. Best of luck with it.
I appreciate it. It's as I said, it's I think it's gonna be really fun. I just got the idea and I was like, I want to do this so bad. It's gonna be in the cyberpunk genre, so it's it's got the working title had cyber in it. That's why I was like, I'll probably change that just because I feel like everybody's doing that now.
Right.
So I think I'll take your advice and wait until I've kind of got more.
Yeah, like you'll know the title when the time comes.
Okay, yeah, that's good advice.
I always said let your comics title themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like as soon as I heard starring or Sweven, I knew immediately that's what I wanted to name them. But that's me. It's kind of how I do it, though. Like, I know some people are like, no, this is what it's going to be called. Then it's fine, too. Whatever. There's no right or wrong way.
I'm not good at titles.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not good at titles.
Yeah, but Rock is, like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good title. That's a really good title.
I don't know. It seems like it's been used a lot. But it fits.
But see, like it speaks for itself though in a way because, like, it's not like anything else either. So you have that on your side.
We're actually wrapping up. Matt. He's the silent observer. Watch you, the watcher. He watches all. Hi.
I think he's down for the 2-man show.
If he can't do a 2-man show if he doesn't say anything. That'd be a 1-man show.
One man talking to an image of another man.
My God, we're revolutionizing this thing here. But yeah, I know you guys got to get going. So why don't you let us know where people can follow you online, all that good stuff.
Go ahead, Scott.
You can follow me on Twitter. It's at Kishkumen, KYSHKUMEN, and you can follow my Instagram, which is Wrath Graphic Novel. And you can check out my merch store, which is ragepuppy.com, and check out my Indiegogo so we can get Chapter 2 going.
Nice.
Very nice, man. I'll put that link up again. And then, how about you? Where can we follow you?
You can follow me at Jupiter_Ripple_comics. That's Instagram. That's where you'll find all my announcements at. And I'm going to be doing a merch store, I think, myself.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, no,
I know. I have some things I think would look really cool, and I really want to get them get the merch store up too. So
and I know you'll definitely have a buyer for a Willow pillow.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. One side is no. Wait, no. You gotta have 2 separate ones.
Is that an option? Is that an option? Like, can I do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anything you want. In fact, if you do want to go that route, there is an artist we can point you in the direction of. But yeah, it's all very doable.
Oh, I'll have to message you later.
There's an artist who actually specializes, I think, right, in that stuff, or not specialized, but like.
Yeah, right? She's done a bunch of them for Rag. She's done one for Adobe Kroger. Yeah.
Well, right now, some of the stuff I want to put on the merch is just going to be like some really cool manga panels from the first chapter. It's something I really, you never see manga panel shirts really, only on sites like Redbubble that. Obviously, they should not be selling them. Unless it's original content, that is. But I know some of the stuff on there is kind of illegal. But hey, whatever, I guess.
That's too bad.
You don't have to worry about that because it's all your stuff.
I know, that's right.
Exactly. Well, thanks again for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and enjoy your day of writing.
Yeah,
and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, bye, everybody.
Talk to you later.
If not, I might have to end it. Matt, are you here? Matt, man. Give me a sign that you're live, man. Give me a sign.
I'm here.
He's here. He's finally here. What's up, yo?
Oh, not much. Just that this mic makes me feel like Galen Free in that one Trouble in Terrace Town episode where he kept on dying and coming back to life.
Yeah, dude, really though. I wasn't sure you were gonna make it there for a second.
And I did.
What's up? How you been, man?
Oh, good. Been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Do you have any exciting updates you want to tell us about your new project by any chance?
Well, right now it's more or less on a download until Infectious 2 starts shipping, but I'm going back to Mechanic Chronicles, which I know that there are people who have been waiting for.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
Well, I know I'm excited to see more from your projects as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing some new stuff there soon.
Yep, and I'll be about double the size of issue 2.
Very nice, man. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, and I know you guys got success on that second round there. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's very exciting.
We actually got someone backing on the In Demand.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, are you guys still up in demand then for a little while?
Yep, for up until August 31st.
Okay. Well, very nice. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, a couple of other Wikid guys are doing crowdfunding campaigns right now too. I'm sure you saw earlier. Wrath got launched this week.
Yep, and I won't worry. Honestly, I won't worry about it because he's got a good number of people backing him, and well, Indiegogo is a lot slower to move.
Yeah, no, that's fair, man. Yeah,
I realized that while running the Mythic 62 ticket around because it was a struggle just to get to 1,000.
Yeah, no, I could see it, man. That's kind of what Honors is experiencing with Blood or Holger the Last Viking. He's so close. He's like 80% goal with like I want to say like 8 days left. And he only needs like $200 something left. So they're like, oh dang, it's so close. So I'm just hoping it picks up there right at the end and they get pushed over that finish line.
There's always a last minute rush.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, this definitely seems that way, doesn't it? Yep. Time and time again. So yeah, definitely pretty exciting if he makes that goal there.
I mean, look at Jack Irons.
Oh my God, yeah, dude. That was a nail biter right there.
Yeah. And I was the one who said, you know, it's 1 week left and he's got a couple thousand left. Hey, he's got it. Cody's been engaging with his audience. So I think the only reason why it was so slow for him was because of the COVID situation.
Mm-hmm. Was there a production slowdown, I guess?
Well, it's not so much production slowdown as it is that there are people who were losing their jobs over the whole pandemic. They couldn't go to work, so they had to stay home. Those months weren't very good to anyone.
No, definitely not. But it's nice to see the people be putting out comics and stuff and getting them out there and whatnot.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of people right now they just want entertainment. Just to keep their minds off of COVID and keeping themselves sane during this whole political season.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of TV myself for that. Watching a lot of TV.
Oh yeah, I have a lot.
Oh God,
I managed to pick up a bunch of crowdfunded books a while back.
Yeah, I was really sad. There was about a stint for about 4 or 5 months earlier in the year, I want to say, and towards last year, where I just didn't have a lot of money to spend on crowdfunding books. I had to pass a lot of good ones up, and but now I have more money, but I'm not, so hopefully I'll be able to get back some more soon. But yeah, there's a number of ones I had to give up on, unfortunately.
Yeah, 2 of the books I got were pretty late, but they were from creators I know they've got the books done, so it's only a matter of time before they're able to get them out due to the whole COVID situation messing with the printers.
Yeah, so there's been some delays on some of the ones I backed as well. It's not going to name any names. I'm not going to throw any shade like that or anything, but definitely it's seen some significant delays. It seems in some certain situations.
Yeah, some of them right now with the whole COVID situation, I can understand because printers are going to shut down.
But at the same time, I feel like that's not always the case. It's not always that's not always the reason. Sometimes it's just poor time management, I feel like.
Poor time management, or the person, or there are some creators who the only reason I see anyone going about a year late is because they're busy with YouTube drama.
That's funny. Oh man, yeah. It's drama's not something that is worth your time.
No.
Definitely.
And there are plenty of books that are going up to tens of thousands of dollars without getting involved in any of the drama.
Yeah, it's funny. There's this quote from I don't know if you probably don't know this rapper, but he is a late rapper XXX Tentacion, and on one of his tracks he said he doesn't want to make it off of this like drama and bullshit and heartache. He wants to make it off of his own energy and his own his own mind, essentially. Doing something with his creative energy to make it big, not off the drama, essentially. And definitely that's a good way to do it, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, kind of like it's like that meme you like to post all the time. Creating comics for the love of it. This is what you should do, and then doing it for the clout. You should never do this. This is what a villain does. The All Might thing. Yeah, dude.
Those were pretty popular too, so it tells you how much people are sick of the drama.
Yeah, dude. People just want good books. That's all.
Yeah.
That's so hard to ask.
Apparently, it is for some.
Right. Yeah, man. It's yeah, but that's why we're here. That's why the indie comics community is. I do enjoy a majority of this community. I think most people in the community are very positive and just putting out good energy.
Yeah.
So
there are some who aren't, but we're not going to talk to them.
They're the bad actors, so to speak. The bad apples, you might say.
Yep. Fortunately, everyone in the community that we built up for the Mythoverse and within Wikid, we saw a lot of non-drama people.
Some very non-heinous people. Wait, does that work? No, very non-heinous. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure this week.
Oh, no problem.
The new one comes out next week, so I've been I went back and watched the original and the second one again.
Yeah, I've been binge watching the original Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Really? I've really always thought about watching it because it's a complete series. Like the new one's not complete,
Yeah. The entire series plus like movies and side story series are on High Dive for $5 a month.
Very true. Yeah, I actually was watching on High Dive there for a little while.
Yep. Pat Labor is another good one.
Dude, it's funny. We were talking about Pat Labor earlier in the first segment, and someone, and I can't remember. I think it was, I think Scott maybe. No, it was Ebi. Ebi was like, "Oh, have you ever seen Pat Labor?" And I was like, "No, I haven't seen it, but Matt Trin loves that movie."
Series.
Series. Sorry, he loves that series, and I was telling him about how you love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have the entire series plus the movie. Basically, I got a $50 box set of the TV series, the 2 OVAs, and 3 movies. All of them Blu-ray for $50.
Oh, damn, that's a pretty good price, man.
Yep. Sentai Filmworks does very good work.
Yeah, for sure.
Although, I do have to complain that there's not a cheaper version of the Legend of the Galactic Heroes box set because that's $800.
Ah, dang. Is it just out of print or something?
No, it's still in print. It just says it's a very special edition.
Does it have a spaceship inside? What the heck?
No, it's actually a protective case around the box sets that costed.
Is it? What is it?
Bring it up.
Yeah, let me see if I can share it on the screen here. There's also novels for that series.
Yep, I've been reading them.
Nice.
It's actually what the series is based off of.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
So basically, think of it as Game of Thrones in space, but it's been completed.
It has an ending that doesn't suck. I hope.
Yeah, I mean it's been copied by a number of different shows, like Death Note for one has that.
Death Note copied it?
they have the similar basic structure, so to speak.
How so?
Basically, you have these two super intelligent characters, but at first, neither of them are presented as evil. They're more of heroes on the same side, opposing sides.
So it's kind of a more of how would you say, like kind of not black and white necessarily, more nuanced.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Although Legend of the Galactic Heroes leans more towards politics.
Right. Yeah, they were kind of complaining about the politics earlier. But those kind of military shows tend to kind of have those things, with integral to the story, which makes sense.
Well, it also makes a lot of sense because a lot of it hasn't. It's a show that has politics that everyone will complain about because on one side you have this Galactic Empire where one of the main characters is from and is trying to reform it, and then you have the Democratic Free Planets Alliance where it has a bunch of corrupt politicians who will do things based on how the public perception goes. So at one point, they launched a very disastrous military campaign against the Empire because the council wanted to be reelected.
That sounds like a pretty bad reason to do that.
Well, spoiler alert, most of them didn't get reelected.
Who'd have thought? Oh man. Well, I'll have to give it a try. I know the visuals obviously aren't as slick or as modern as the new remake, but
honestly, I prefer the original over
really
remake. Yeah, because the animation looks more natural.
That's fair. Maybe it looks a little too clean or too shiny in the new one. Yeah, and there's also in the original series, there's a wide variety of ship classes. Meanwhile, in the remake, there's only two. One for each side. Boring. At one point, they talked about using dreadnoughts to use as a shield. Let's just go. Wait, they're all pale ships. Every single one of your ship is a pale ship. There are no dreadnoughts. I wonder why they made that choice. Cost. So they could just copy and paste all the same ships or something? Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like how in Star Trek Picard, you had this giant Federation fleet versus this giant Romulan fleet, and they're all the same ship. I hate that, dude. That really bothers me. Oh, yeah. So you think we won't notice that? Well, they're hoping that the wide shots will fool you into thinking that. Okay, so basically for the Legend of Galactic Heroes premium box set, there's 26 Blu-ray discs, a hardcover book with 200 pages, 2 metal coins, and 2 particular visual cards, plus the box that comes in, which is a very nice box with a mirror, it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. I don't know if it's $800 cool looking, but yeah, I think it's $800 cool looking because really, yeah, I look at all the effort that's put into it, and that is a shit ton of money that they're gonna lose if it's not $800. Have you seen the Blue Head? Let's see, Blue Head deep box set. I'm trying to remember what movie this is from. There's like a special edition of some movie, and it was like this atrocious looking blue head. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know. $800 is a lot. That's too rich for my blood. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I have a lot more money. Yeah, I'll wait till I'm rich, and then I'll do that. Oh man, but yeah, I might have to check it out. High Dive's pretty cool. I had High Dive for a while. I might give it another chance. And it was nice that they had a lot of dubs on there. I watched all of Golgo 13 on there.
Well, it's made by the people who were part of ADV, so there's going to be a lot of old ADV dubs too.
Nice. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's so many different streaming services nowadays.
Yeah, I definitely have to say that for its worth, High Dive gives you more for your buck.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty decent price, isn't it? It's just what, $5 you said?
Yep.
Yeah, I used to be for a while. I actually was grandfathered in to I had a $3.98 price. I think so, $3 something like that. But they stopped that, and after it canceled, I think I'd have to go back to $5.
It's a lot cheaper than what Funimation's charging and Crunchyroll is charging.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I just sent you on through DMs one of the more comedic moments in Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Let's see this here. I'm scared. Is this a meme or is this actually the lines from the thing here?
Actual lines.
Let's see. I'm gonna share it up on the screen for all you fine people out there. It says, "Oh, it's a little small. I'll read you. One cannot live by jokes alone, but if there were no jokes, I'd rather not live. Your very existence is a joke, man." That's in the series.
Yep.
Jeez. That's harsh.
Well, there's a lot of moments like that because you get a sense of feeling that these characters are well known, know each other pretty well, so they're comfortable of making harsh jokes about one another.
Okay, interesting. Huh. So, let's talk Cyberpunk, man. Are you as excited as I am?
Yeah. I think I might have to upgrade my computer for it.
Oh, you're getting it on PC?
Yep.
I'm getting it on Xbox so I can get that free upgrade to Xbox X once it comes out. But dude, I've been reading that World of Cyberpunk book, or I finished reading it, and man, the world is so interesting, dude. Like, it is one of the coolest and most interesting worlds that I've seen in that kind of genre.
Yeah, it's got decades of build up too because of how old it is.
Yeah, I mean it's based on this tabletop property.
Yep.
And it's just really interesting. I love the whole. It's like this whole. It's basically like this future, corporate controlled future, and if it's yeah, man, it's just gonna be incredible. I can't wait. Geez, I could do a whole podcast on Cyberpunk.
Oh, I'll bet. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, like there's even a comic book coming out of it called Trauma Team. And so yeah, any other games that you're looking forward to, man?
Well, in terms of tabletop, I can't wait to get the Battletech Clan Invasion box set that I backed in. I think September, October. I'm not sure, but they've been facing some delays, and I backed at a level, so I not only got the box set, but I got 2 other sets of miniatures as well.
That's pretty cool, and that is from the BattleTech series, which I know you're a huge fan of.
Yep, and by the time that we get to go into conventions, there's the possibility that I'll be able to host a session that involves a very important battle during that era.
That would be fun. I've always wanted to go to a tabletop convention. I've never actually been to one. I almost went one time, but I've never been before.
Yomocon's it's actually very interesting, but Yomocon's not just an anime convention from the last time I went. It's also a place, it's also websites, web stuff, tabletop stuff, anime, manga, you name it.
You got it all, really.
Yeah. And at Yomocon, there's this Battletech pod game, where you get into a pod and you play the game MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries with physical controls.
Hmm.
And you face off against one another.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it's the closest thing you'll be able to get to piloting a Gundam.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome, man. And that was at Youmacon?
Yep.
Very nice, man. Yeah, I would love to go to that sometime.
Yeah, it used to be a Dave & Buster's, but
oh, that's too funny.
yeah, but it ended there. It was also very expensive. I think about $20.
No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What about video game wise? Are you looking forward to any video games?
Well, aside from Cyberpunk, which has been delayed quite a bit.
Although, did you see the meme they put out that people are saying that it's probably not going to get delayed now at this point?
Yeah.
They've been.
Go on.
I was just going to tell for people who don't know, they've been changing the number of followers that they follow to the number of days that are left until the game releases.
Oh, that is ingenious.
Right? I was like, oh, that's great, right?
Alpha troll move right there.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. They're pretty funny. They've got a good sense of humor there.
Yeah, I also can't wait for the DLC to come out for MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries.
Whoa. Yeah, how's that gonna be, man?
That's going to be what they're going to add is more mechs and a career mode. Apparently, you can join one of the great houses.
Huh. Kind of like in Game of Thrones, right?
Yep. Except that not everyone's a douchebag.
Just about half of them are.
Let's see. House Kirita is pretty much basically full of samurai honor and suicide.
What is that? Oh, that's one of the houses?
Yeah, House Kirita. Basically, each of the houses are based off of nationality. So you have House Kirita that's based on Japanese, or more like the samurai Japanese. You have House Davion, which is basically based on a combination of England and America.
Huh.
You have House Steiner, who are based on the Germans. The Free Worlds League, which is based on a hodgepodge of different nationalities. And then you have House Lao, which is based on a Chinese, and ironically is the smallest of the 5 houses.
Huh, interesting. Sounds pretty cool.
Yep.
I've never played any of that the BattleTech series. There, so
a lot of the stuff that George R. R. Martin wants to think he's great at is done better in BattleTech novels.
Well, that's really interesting. It's not even a fantasy novel series.
No, it's basically a science fiction series with trappings of a medieval period.
Oh, okay. So it's got kind of like the elements of an epic fantasy, even though it's a sci-fi world.
Yep.
Got the drama, the intrigue, the politics.
Yep, and more or less originally, the battle mechs were treated as suits of armor, like the old the Knights of old.
Okay, interesting.
To the point where the mechs were handed down because they lacked the ability to make more.
Okay. Damn, man, that's pretty interesting. They should make a TV show of that, man. I'd like that.
I'd have to say the closest you can get to that is watching Tex Talks BattleTech on YouTube.
That's not very close, man. I'll be honest.
Because he goes in depth over everything that's going on.
Fair enough, yeah. Or like a lore book would be probably pretty close as well, kind of like how I read for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, they've got a lot of those out there.
Nice, yeah. Those are always fun. I like diving into those kind of lore books and figuring stuff out. Now, do you want to see something horrifying?
Uh-oh.
This is what I was trying to bring up earlier when we were talking about special edition box sets. I remembered what it was. I found it. So the special edition of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is this horrific thing that you see before you hear. So those 3 DVDs come in that monstrosity there, that head that would sit on your presumably sit on your shelf. I don't know where you would put that. Not too sure exactly.
Only for the most fanatical of Jamie Foxx's fans.
Right. Oh my god. I just wanted to share that because it was it's terrifying.
Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was such a mess.
Really? Yeah. I didn't catch the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I'll be honest. I skipped those two.
You know how
straight on, yeah.
You know how DCEU did their shared universe?
Mm-hmm.
Take that, but accelerate it to a point where Sony tried to cram it all into one movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you get with the Amazing Spider-Man 2, because they threw in so many villains to make it look so much bigger than it actually was.
Mm-hmm.
That it made a terrible movie.
It's funny. Everybody saw Marvel's success and said we can do that, but they didn't really study it close enough to see how they had slowly crafted it over years and how they had done it the right way, and everyone just wanted to jump and do it right away.
Well, I think that Marvel would have done that anyway, but what the problem was with what made them do it slowly was the fact that they didn't have all the
the rights.
All the rights.
Well, that actually turned out in their favor then.
Yeah, in fact,
that's funny.
Iron Man, the first 2 Iron Man movies, I believe, were co-produced by Paramount.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's wild.
So,
dang.
The first 2 Iron Man movies aren't Disney movies; they're Paramount movies.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nuts, huh?
Yeah, and they're more or less testing the waters with them.
And it makes sense. I mean, they had let other people try out and do it, and they kind of didn't work too well. So like, we're gonna try to do it ourselves, and let's test it out here and see how it goes.
Or they worked out well, and I thought they weren't willing to take it into this universe.
What do you mean?
Well, such as X-Men and Spider-Man were initially huge successes.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that said that there was still a market for superhero movies.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the groundwork is there. I just don't know why people won't follow it. I think Neostar is partially right. He says that everyone wants an Avengers movie, but nobody wants to spend money on the individual hero films first.
Yeah.
So like Dark Universe tried to shove everything all in once. DC tried to bring everything all in at once. There's been countless examples of that. MonsterVerse, I feel like MonsterVerse. I mean, not the MonsterVerse. I feel like has done a little bit better job, but even they kind of last movie, they threw a ton of stuff in there too.
Oh, what happened was that with the MonsterVerse was that they tried doing it with Dracula Untold, which was
that's the Dark Universe. That's the Dark Universe.
Yeah, and then
the MonsterVerse is the Godzilla one. Yeah. I see your point though. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, but you're right. But to your point though, I mean, you're totally right about the Dark Universe. Their
problem was that they rebooted too quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the originals people still enjoy the originals.
Yep.
Yeah, which is too bad. But I enjoy the concept of a shared universe, but it definitely has to be done right.
And right now, CBS is trying to with Star Trek,
and not doing great. I bet with it. I'll add.
From what I've seen, Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Lower Decks have been dismal.
Although I heard someone did like Lower Decks, but
I have not seen this mythical person.
There's this person, I don't know his name, I can't share that with you. I don't know where he lives, but he definitely told me that. I think one time, maybe yesterday, maybe.
I had one of the backers for Mythics who loves science fiction is willing to defend Mass Effect 3 and Mass Effect Andromeda. Cannot defend Lower Decks.
Yikes, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's a whole new standard of low.
And the thing is, a Star Trek comedy could work, but it has to have dry humor. It has to work. Now, it has to be serious enough to be taken seriously as a Star Trek show, but also not have it so silly that it breaks.
Also, it's the Orville.
Yeah, the Orville could definitely fit in pretty well.
Right? That's why I love the Orville. I feel like they nailed that balance so well. Respect the tradition while also bringing in new stuff and keeping the humor light, but also being serious when it's appropriate. Yeah. I love Orville, man. I really feel like it's one of the best sci-fi shows we have right now.
Yeah, I have to say that if you want to do humor in Star Trek, go look at Star Trek 4.
Really?
That did humor well.
Huh. That's interesting.
It was also a reason why the studio for Star Trek 5 have so much humor in it.
So, Neostar says if the Dark Universe works out, we could have had cause to bring back Darkstalkers. However, we'll point out technically the Dark Universe is not dead yet. It is rising back from the dead again. But they're trying to refocus on doing the standalone stories and do it the right way. And so the Invisible Man movie that came out I think it was this year or last year. That's part of the Dark Universe.
I think it was this year because it was released straight to.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're totally right. Yep, that's right. I watched it.
The Dark Universe will rise again.
Yeah, and it was really good. So I actually am really hopeful for the future of the series because that movie was awesome. If you have not seen Invisible Man, I highly recommend it. Super tense movie. Super, super good.
Will Russell Crowe be Dr. Jekyll as the Nick Fury of the universe?
Well, that'll be the question, right? Will they, if they do a bunch of standalone movies, will they eventually try and bring them back together? Yeah, I'm not too sure. That'd be interesting. I know they really tried to force that one in, didn't they?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious they are going for Nick Fury.
Oh yeah, so obvious. And then the military organization he ran was totally was S.H.I.E.L.D., dude.
I think that's part of the reason why it failed was because they were taking too much from Marvel and not enough of what their own thing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like here, Casper says, not really caring for extending universes. Give me a good movie, and then we can talk crossovers and shared universes. Exactly. Give me a good movie first. Then don't get ahead of yourself, man. You haven't given you a good movie yet. Don't jump to the crossovers all of a sudden. Man. But something I'm excited for the future. I know a lot of people aren't too excited for the future of MCU these days. I know there's a lot of people who are kind of like phase 4. I'm done after that. That's fair. But I heard someone talking about that they may introduce Sword, which I don't know if you know the comics. There's Shield, and they also have another agency called Sword, and apparently there's some hinting at that in Captain Marvel at the end.
Well,
that'd be cool.
Well, Endgame would also be a perfect reason for that too.
Really?
But honestly, I'm pretty much tapped out on the MCU.
What I'm hoping is, go ahead.
Oh, the last movie I saw was Black Panther, and that was for a date.
Damn, that was a long time ago.
Yep.
That was a long one. But I'm hoping maybe like a forced break since the productions have shut down. Maybe if everybody gets like a couple years off of MCU, maybe they'll get like they won't get burnt out. Like can get refreshed, Yeah.
The big thing that I got really burnt out over was the forced humor.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, it's a fine balance line they try to do. They do try to cram a lot of jokes in. I know that's not everyone's favorite thing.
Spider-Man: Homecoming broke me when you had Happy give this. I tried to talk to Peter in the bathroom and tell him how much he was wrong about downing him as a hero. And in the middle of that speech, they have a kid flush the toilet.
That's odd.
And at that point, I was just no, I'm done. I am done.
That's fair. I that's fair. I'm a sucker. I'll probably keep watching them. But that's I definitely understand. Phase 4 was like one of the perfect ways to kind of just go out of the series. If you want to just end it there, I definitely feel like that's a good place to end it for yourself.
Well, I've been seeing people talk about Endgame, and there's a lot of time travel paradoxes that are in Endgame alone. So, oh boy.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time thinking about. I thought oh man, that movie is confusing in some ways.
Yeah.
But the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finale just aired, and it was actually really good.
That's good.
Yeah, it really wrapped up everything from the beginning seasons, and really, really satisfying ending. And they even borrowed some stuff. They used some ideas and things from Endgame and from Infinity War, which was really cool.
Did Josh Whedon come back to production just to berate the actors?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Joss Whedon went back in time, and just so he could do that. It's a future Joss Whedon.
No, I said, did he go back to berate the actors as a joke to how about the allegations towards him about Justice League?
No, I didn't. Oh, that's heavily. Yeah, yeah. He apparently is not the funnest to work with.
The funny thing is that most directors are like that, though.
All the great ones are.
Yeah, James Cameron is known for being an asshole. Let's see.
Stanley Kubrick was that way too.
Yeah, Michael Bay. I heard if you have a phone on set, he'll take it and nail it to the wall. I'm not sure if that's Michael Bay or if it's James Cameron again.
Yeah, they're I don't know what it is. Some of those directors are really intense to work with. Yeah.
Did you know that James Cameron stole from Harlan Ellison to make Terminator?
Oh no, he didn't like the Neostar says he didn't like the Inhuman storyline in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, sad face. That's too bad. Definitely, I will say that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was at its best when it was doing the Hydra stuff for sure. That was definitely at its height, which is nice because they go. I'm not going to spoil anything for the new season, but they do a little bit of. They bring some of the Hydra stuff back again. So that's kind of nice. That's why I really like the last seasons because it feels very classic. But yeah, to each his own. Can't please everybody.
Yep.
If you don't like that one, go watch Daredevil. I'm sure that'll be much more your speed. Daredevil has 3 amazing seasons. Did you ever watch Daredevil?
No, I haven't seen any of the Netflix shows.
Damn.
You're
crazy.
I kind of dropped off of the whole Marvel stuff, honestly.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah. See, I don't read the comics, so this is my only avenue to see what the characters are doing. So I guess that's why I still do it. I have a real hard time with Marvel and DC comics because of how much material they put out. Like, I feel like you have to read all these different things, and then there's crossovers, and then you got to read this one before this one if you want to understand this one and understand this and this. It's just a lot. I like movies where I can just sit down and watch a movie. I can watch a show and get the story, and then it's very, very streamlined, I guess.
Don't forget about the 37 variant covers.
Jesus, right? Oh my God, I don't understand that logic. It makes no sense at all. Oh my God.
They want money.
They want money, but no one's gonna buy all 30. who's out there buying all 37 covers? Is there
collectors
doing that? Really?
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's all about appeasing the collector's market, which they did in the 90s, and that's what happened. What made them collapse.
Yeah, dude.
The problem with people is that they think that when something failed, it's because they weren't smart enough at the time. No, yes, you weren't smart enough at the time, but you're also not smart enough now, because you'd realize that putting out that many covers, paying that many artists to do this,
right,
and all the printing you have to do, that's going to tank your company.
Yeah, I don't get that. It makes no sense. Like, you're spending all this money for these extra covers, but I doubt the return is worth it. I can't imagine the majority of people who follow those comics buy that many variants. I guess they're just saying, like, maybe this guy will buy these 2 variants, this guy will buy these 2 variants. So, maybe that's how they're doing, like, the bulk of the sales that makes their money back, but not too sure.
Well, I think they've got a lot of deals with the publishers, with the printers, because of that. But there was Harlan Ellison hosted a series of sorts back during the early days of the Sci-Fi Channel, and they were titled Harlan Ellison's Watching, and he was very spot on about the comic stuff because he was a fan as well. And a lot of what he talked about during those segments, what came to comics, was spot on, even now.
Really?
Such as he criticized the death of Superman gimmick. Even picked up all the covers that each book had, just to show how much of a money scheme this is.
That whole death of Superman thing is a real weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, and he said it's not the first time they killed Superman either.
And it won't be the last, let me tell you that.
Yep. And it's basically all about gaining money.
Build up to the death, and then, of course, he inevitably returns.
Yep, and there was also a segment where he called Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld idiots.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, it's because those two were going on about how great it was to have comics that don't need to make sense.
Huh, okay. Yeah.
Also, in terms of Rob Liefeld, he needs anatomy lessons. Those were Harlan's words, not mine.
That's funny. Now, Casper says in the chat, he says, not having anything to do with Netflix Marvel shows, but I saw something with Netflix working on an Alien versus Predator anime before the Disney Fox thing. You know anything about that?
I don't remember seeing anything like that.
Huh, that'd be interesting. I would be down for an Alien versus Predator anime.
It would have, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know, right?
Fox didn't have a very good track record with new Alien stuff.
People didn't like the new Predator, right?
They didn't like the new Predator. They didn't like the new Alien movies because the thing about the movies was that there was too much studio interference. I think the Alien prequels would have done better if Ridley Scott was able to do his own thing.
Yeah, those didn't pan out quite either, did they?
Mainly because studio interference.
Yeah, that's too awful, man.
Yeah, they kept on telling Ridley that he needs to have the xenomorph in it. So in Alien Covenant, that's where the whole protomorph came in to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even in the Prometheus, there's like a hint of the xenomorph, right? Like the early version that jumps out of her. But yeah, this could have been better.
Yeah, the beacon.
You looking forward to the new Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited actually. You know, I'm bringing the cast back, obviously -1, but all of the surviving cast.
Yeah, even Bill Murray.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I was shocked at. I was like, they got Bill Murray back, yo. What?
I think it was on the basis of you'll leave me alone after this.
Yeah, probably, dude. I'm doing one more and then I'm done.
He also wasn't very happy. I don't think he was very happy about Ghostbusters 2016 either.
Yeah, I think so. It was just not very good follow up. It's not. I don't even think it's the casting either, or like I just think it was bad. I think the writing wasn't very great. I'll be honest.
Honestly, I think it was also because Paul Feig wasn't willing to let the characters be themselves, be the actors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I realized the big problem that I had with that movie was that they're all trying to be Venkman.
Say it again. Oh, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. All of them.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's your crucial mistake, man.
Yep.
Mm.
They had to be that charming kind of guy, kind of person.
And when the movie really needed more of a dynamic between the characters.
Yeah. You also remember, yes, I also have to have the Dan Aykroyd, the Harold Ramis, and it's just not going to work if you don't have them.
Yeah. And well, also they weren't playing the original characters; they were playing like just random people, right? Like was it like a different universe or something?
Yeah, Ernie Hudson played Leslie Jones's character's uncle, who stole the car from his funeral. So
yeah, that's. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this new one will redeem that and give us a nice ending that those movies there, and give us like a really cool trilogy there.
Honestly, I think it's going to do very well. They got a good cast. It looks very good from that trailer. It didn't make anyone angry,
which is always good.
And it's by the son of the original director too. So he's going to try to do his father proud.
Yeah, try. But it'll definitely be trying. That's important.
Yep.
But well, that's awesome. And then the Dune movie, there's forever in production apparently.
Well, it's gonna have a trailer soon apparently.
Oh, that's dope. That's by Villeneuve, right? I think that's how you say his name. Villeneuve or something, yeah. That's from Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-part movie, so
it's going to be so dope.
Assuming that doesn't go too poorly.
Well, I don't know. I like you said, who knows? It's too early to tell. But I always look at a director's past track record and as a sign of their future endeavors. And man, I was so impressed by Blade Runner 2049. I feel like if he takes like what he could do on that movie and then brings it to Dune, like dang, dude, this is gonna be the best Dune adaptation of all time. Not that there's been a whole lot of them, but but still.
It's definitely gonna be better than the Jodorowsky Dune. Because Frank Herbert despised a lot of the concepts that was in it. Such as making Paul Atreides into a literal god and turning the planet into a grain world that I guess traveled around the universe and just to become the messiah of the universe or something like that.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah, it's also going to be a 15-hour long movie.
What? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Jodorowsky's Dune. That was going to be a
really?
15-hour movie.
Oh my god!
But
no one would watch that. That would just be a TV show at that point.
That's why it failed. That's why they had to sell it off. But you know what? It actually would have been pretty cool since they brought together so much talent. Dan O'Bannon met H.R. Geiger there. And they would go on to create Alien.
Really?
Yeah. Orson Welles is going to be in it. Salvador Dali. David Carradine.
Pretty good cast there.
Yeah. And for the celebrity, the singer, they had Mick Jagger.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He got Pink Floyd to do the music for House of Atreides. So it was going to be an extremely wild movie.
And it just never came together?
There was about 2.5 years of pre-production work going on. And right now it survives in 2 hardcover books of storyboards, as well as the copy that made its rounds in Hollywood, which you could see in other movies. It actually influenced for a movie that was never made. It actually influenced movies like Star Wars, Terminator.
That's pretty quite the accomplishment when you have a movie you didn't make and it's influencing movies in the real world. It's like, what?
Yeah, and Jodorowsky took all the work he did for it and created a comic universe, which started off with the Incal, and then expanded on with the Meta Barons, the Techno Priests.
Techno Priests?
Yeah. He created a wild universe.
Falling into a cyberpunk universe all of a sudden.
Yeah. A far future cyberpunk universe.
That's pretty funny, man.
Yep.
Well, I think we're pretty much at the end of our time. I guess we've gone on for another hour here. So, what you got going on the rest of the day, man?
Well, I'm gonna be working on some more mechanical stuff, some more music stuff, and see how things are going on the updates. I just paid Beth for the pages.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, congratulations again on that. You said that it's still in demand, right?
Yep, until August 31st.
Check it out.
And if you've been following on Twitter, following Beth on Twitter, you'll know that she was sick for a while. Still is, more or less. But her COVID test turned out negative. So everyone who knew about that, you can now let out a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that's definitely good. I think we were all getting a little nervous there for a minute.
I think by the end of the second week, I knew that she didn't have COVID because she was hospitalized.
Right, after 2 weeks, I think that's the amount of time that you can tell in. So yeah, that's definitely good. Definitely a good thing. And hopefully is she feeling better then? Have you heard if she's kind of on the mends then?
Yeah, she's also got school going on, so that's one of the reasons why we're going for September 20th.
Fair enough, yeah. No, that makes sense, man.
She also says that she's going to try to go for the weekly updates, but she's just as bad as I am about promoting, basically showing off stuff she's working on for comics. She's as bad as I am at promoting the Indiegogo in demand.
Really? It's like once you get to the goal, it's like the big weight's off your chest, so you kind of feel like you don't have to do it as much, maybe.
Yeah, and I think Beth's as much of a procrastinist as I am. All of the most of the stuff that most of the work will get done near the end.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm really glad to hear that you guys made that goal and you're getting more progress there, and hopefully we'll see some more stuff from, as I said earlier, from McKinnon Chronicles. I know you've been really excited to let people see what you've been working on with that.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be awesome, man. I mean, for those who don't know, McKinnon Chronicles is an upcoming comic that he's working on about a spacefaring adventurer. She's a very someone who's very low in the army, but she's gonna show the universe what she's got, and it's a very grounded universe and whatnot. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how Matt's influences, with different things like we talked about today, kind of influence. Ultimately,
yeah, I'm gonna say that it's going to be somewhat grounded in reality, but since it's about a couple thousand years in the future, there's also going to be some stuff that's not going to be possible by today's science.
Right, but in future science, future science can do anything.
I grounded that with Michio Kaku's books.
What's that?
I grounded it with Michio Kaku's books on future technology.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. What's his name?
Michio Kaku. Basically, he's a futurist who goes to great lengths to try to explain physics to people in terms that they can understand.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Such as he's
very useful.
Such as you can find videos on how he explains the physics of pop culture, science fiction, like Mass Effect, how the ships work, how the technology might work.
Dude, I want to read this book. I feel like this will help me with my novels a lot.
He's got a lot of books out there.
What I'm looking right now is Physics of the Future.
Yeah, there's Physics of the Future, but there's also his more recent one is The Future of Humanity.
Huh, interesting.
Which is all about going out into space and his plans for it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty like a really cool read, actually.
And Physics of the Impossible is basically will help you build a timetable for your technology.
That's awesome. Just like you can essentially come up with this technology that doesn't exist, essentially based on real world physics.
Well, not so much that as he explains the technology through certain types, such as the first one will be available within 100 years. Second one would be available within 1,000 years. And the third one would require a fundamental re-understanding of physics.
Interesting. Alabaster in the chat also says that Gene Roddenberry used Isaac Asimov's Book of Science during TOS. Was it the lat? What? Dang it, Matt. What does it stand for? TOS. It's
the original series.
Oh, the original series. Okay. I was like, I knew it stood for something. But yeah, that's interesting. That's actually really interesting. Huh.
Yeah. In fact, the funny thing about that is that the reason why Asimov and Roddenberry became friends was because Asimov was heckling him during a Q&A about Star Trek. And Roddenberry impressed him by pointing out that there is a difference between what can be done in a book and a difference between what can be done on TV, whereas there's a budget.
True. Very true. Yeah, I mean that's one of the strongest suits of comics. I feel like is you don't have a budget. You're literally imagination is your limit.
Well, you do have a budget. You have to pay for your art.
Yeah, you do, but I mean at the same time, like an artist doesn't necessarily charge more to do a complicated scene as opposed to a very simple scene.
Yeah, I remember this one comic where it was a comic writer talked about how great it was to write comics for the movies because you can get something like a huge fleet of 100 ships in one page without having to pay more. And next panel has there going, "You son of a bitch."
Oh, that's funny. Oh man, but no, it's true though. It really is true. Like, you can make things super epic if you want to, and something that would be almost impossible or super hard and expensive to shoot in film, you can just make on page, and it can make it come to life, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it allows people like us who don't have the $1 million budget to create these epic stories that we really are passionate about.
For the most part, we have to be more along the lines of thinking like we're doing small budget movies. We got to make the stories hold up, even though the visuals will.
The story has to be there too.
Yep. Image found that out the hard way back when they first started going because they realized they had too many artists and not enough writers, which is why they hired Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman.
Nice,
and also one of the reasons why there was that lawsuit between Neil Gaiman and Todd McFarlane.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Image Comics, they've come a long way since that time, haven't they?
Yeah. They threw out Rob Liefeld because he was stealing all the talent from other studios. Which I don't blame him. He's an asshole.
It all comes full circle. We were talking about that earlier.
Yep.
That's funny. Well, I guess that's as good as any place to wrap up there. I appreciate everyone who jumped in and hung out with us for a while and watched our 2-man show. I thought we did a good job there, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, we went longer than I expected. I figured we'd end at 15 minutes.
I kind of thought maybe that would happen too, but we had plenty to talk about, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so definitely check out his campaign. As I said, it's still in demand. Let me see that link here still. And when is it going to be going off in demand?
It'll be going off in demand August 31st.
Okay, so pretty close. Wow, just about another week or so.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so if you haven't had a chance to back it, definitely pick it up before then. That'll be a great way to help support Matt and to get an awesome story. And I know you guys are going to be coming out with some more crowdfunders later this year too, so definitely a lot of cool stuff to look forward to for the Mythoverse fans. And then
we're going to go.
Sorry, go ahead.
Next year we're going to double what we're doing.
Whoa, double the releases, huh?
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, that'll be really cool to see. Awesome. Well, thanks again, man, for coming in. I appreciate chatting with you. And where can people follow you online so they can check out all your stuff?
You can follow me at Matt Trin on Twitter. And that's pretty much it because I don't go on Facebook that much.
Yeah, I have Facebook. I have like a personal Facebook. I never go on, hardly ever really. But if you want to follow us at Wikid Publishing, you can go ahead and check us out at Wikid Publishing on Twitter, at Wikid Publishing on Instagram. We've been trying to be a little more active over there. Obviously, you're watching us on YouTube, so you give us a like, subscribe, follow, whatever. If you can, we definitely appreciate all that. And then also check out our website at wikidpublishing.net, where you can find out more about all the comics that we have out and coming up, as well as our store. So thanks again, guys. This was a really fun episode. I'm sure we'll be seeing you guys on another stream here soon for something else. But until the next episode, everyone have a great week and take care, everyone.
Later, guys.